Have you ever imagined what it would be like to travel to the world's most amazing places and experience hands-on what it's like to live as the locals do? To see the most famous sights in the world and what you're capable of along the way? Then let your imagination come to life as a people-to-people student ambassador. And get ready to explore the world in an unforgettable journey you'll brag about for years, and where you'll make new friends for life from all around the globe. When you arrive overseas, you'll be met by two very important people who speak the local language, your delegation manager and your motor coach driver. Together, they'll cover everything you'll need while traveling, from hotels to restaurants and program activities. They help your teacher leaders to be focused on you and your extraordinary journey, finding that out-of-the-way place you'll talk about every time you get the chance. You will have the time of your life as a people-to-people student ambassador. Start your adventure in Madrid with a guided orientation of the city. Visit the Royal Palace and explore the Plaza Mayor. You'll see the Prado Museum, one of the greatest art galleries in the world that houses famous works by Goya and El Greco. See the rest of the city as you participate in a scavenger hunt and learn about the history of Madrid. Then you'll depart for a real Spanish cortijo, where you and your friends will learn about rearing horses and bulls used in bullfighting from young matadors in training. Interacting with different people and cultures is at the core of the student ambassador experience. You'll break into teams and make friends while playing a soccer or volleyball tournament with local students during this people-to-people moment. Next, you and your friends will try your hand at making paella, a customary Spanish dish. Over dinner, witness a traditional flamenco performance. Make sure and pay attention. Your lesson is next. There is no better way to understand a culture than to experience its daily life firsthand. For a few days and nights, you'll be welcomed into the home of a local family. This exclusive people-to-people moment is your time to shine as an ambassador, truly the heart of the people-to-people mission. During your stay, you will enjoy meals together, share pictures and stories from home, learn about traditions and customs, and live life as a local. Say goodbye to your host family and rejoin your delegation. We're off to Barcelona. Nothing says Barcelona like the famous works of art that have been inspired by its beauty. Start your day with the works of Antonio Gaudí, Spain's most famous architect. La Sagrada Familia is sure to be one of the most interesting buildings you'll ever see. Gaudí started the church in 1882 and spent most of his life working on it. The design and complexity of the cathedral have made this his most well-known work. Visit now and visit again after its anticipated completion in 2021. Adios to Spain as we wander along the stunning Mediterranean coastline and say bonjour to France. Spend a full day traveling back in time exploring the Argo Cave, resting place of the Totteval Man. One of the largest prehistoric sites in Europe, human remains found in the cave date back to 450,000 years ago, the oldest in Europe. Your guide will teach you about current research being done by scientists and archaeologists trying to learn more about how the Totteval Man lived. You'll get the opportunity to learn firsthand from a scientist about why this site has so much importance in the world of archaeology. While still in France, visit two majestic castles. In the 14th century, Pope Clement V moved the Catholic Church to the Pope Palace in Avignon to escape the violent chaos of Rome. At over 15,000 square meters, this Gothic cathedral is the largest in Europe. Next, explore the medieval town of Carcassonne. Founded by the Romans in the 2nd century, this fortified city is still populated today. Explore this timeless structure, walking the same steps as ancient kings and queens. Continue along the southern coast of France, where hundreds of soldiers lie at the Rhone American Cemetery. These 12 acres are set aside to memorialize those Americans who lost their lives during the liberation of southern France. As a people-to-people student ambassador, you will have the opportunity to reflect as you visit the memorial and appreciate how the sacrifice that took place changed the course of history. Your delegation will receive a special welcome from the director of this historic place, who will share the details of that time and how our future is always shaped from the critical lessons of the past. Welcome to the French Riviera, playground for the rich and famous. This is simply one of the most beautiful places in the world. You and your friends will explore 3 unforgettable cities on the Mediterranean coast. Your first stop is Cannes, home of the world's most prestigious film festival. Enjoy a guided orientation of the city's museums, beaches, and bustling art scene. Next stop, Nice. Soak up some sun on the Promenade des Anglais, the walkway along the beautiful panoramic beach. Nice is considered the capital and is the largest city of the French Riviera. Be sure and pay special attention to the Italian influence in the architecture. Your last stop on the French Riviera is Monaco, the world's second smallest country after Vatican City. Roughly the size of Central Park, you and your friends will take a guided walk around the country's 5 distinct areas. Now on to Italy. On your way to Monte Rosso, enjoy a coastal cruise boat ride along the Cinque Terre coastline and see 5 towns nestled on the hillside above. In the past, these 5 cities were only accessible by water. You'll have the chance to walk between these cities, enjoying one of the most beautiful and picturesque places on Earth. Your delegation will continue through Pisa, seeing and learning about the famous Leaning Tower, and even more by exploring the city in small groups. Travel through the famous and beautiful Tuscany region on your way to Florence. Your city guide will get you up close to the heart and soul of Italian art, including the Duomo Cathedral, built over 5 centuries ago. Commissioned by the Opera del Duomo, Piazza della Signora was the original home of Michelangelo's David. And you'll also visit David's new home, the Galleria dell'Accademia. In Assisi, Italy, your ambassador experience will go to the next level. This is the full-on adventure, and it will change your life forever. Created exclusively for people-to-people student ambassadors, Full On is an entire day of leadership training, teaching you to overcome your fears, strengthen your team building, and improve your confidence. Use all these new skills at the end of the day as you rappel off this ancient castle. And by the way, it might be the most fun you'll ever have in your life. All roads lead to Rome, and it's your last stop. The Roman Colosseum is the heart of this ancient city. The design of the stadium is the basis for every stadium built since, and at the height of the Roman Empire, 80,000 screaming Romans would cheer their favorite gladiator on to victory. Across the street, walk with friends down the same paths and halls of the Caesars and the Roman Senate as you explore the Roman Forum. Vatican City is a city within a city and hosts the world's smallest independent country at only 106 acres. Magnificent St. Peter's Basilica dominates the skyline. This tiny nation-state is the seat of the Catholic Church and governed by the Pope. With People to People, you will meet with a representative from the church who will teach your group about the history, traditions, and influence that Vatican City has in Italy and throughout the world. Vatican City's historic collection of art includes the Sistine Chapel. You will wind throughout chambers and galleries, through narrow hallways and up ancient stairways. At last you will emerge and see what many consider to be the greatest work of all time, Michelangelo's epic ceiling fresco, The Creation of Man. Is anybody hungry? Italian cuisine is some of the best in the world. Gelato is a true part of the culture, and you'll feel like a real Italian as you enjoy this delicious treat on a hot summer day. Before saying goodbye to Rome, explore Piazza Navona, the Spanish Steps, and the elaborate Trevi Fountain. Italian legend says that if you throw a coin over your shoulder into the fountain, you'll return to Rome again one day. Your preparation as a student ambassador begins months in advance. We'll prepare you to understand the places you'll see and the people you'll meet, how to stay safe and organized, and to have the time of your life. Next summer, student ambassadors will see the most unforgettable places on the planet. They'll rappel off a castle wall, meet a native warrior, taste amazing new food, visit the places where lives were sacrificed and history was defined, all while being guided with 24-hour support, keeping you on time and safe. That student ambassador can be you. Your incredible journey begins when you complete your application, so the next step is yours. When you apply, you open the door to an adventure that will stay with you for the rest of your life. In your own way, you'll be changing the world and your world forever.